Good evening, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Thanks. Well, let's wait maybe for a couple of your classmates. Maybe. Okay, let me see. Just 3 people. You were before, right? I mean, Miss Quintanilla, yes, I saw her before, and Mr. Rodriguez. Is the first class that I see you, Mr. Rodriguez? No, right?
Hello.
No. No, okay.
Nice to meet you, teacher. My name is Francisco. This is my first class.
It's your first class. Oh my goodness. So welcome and nice to
Thank
meet you
you.
too. Welcome, sir. Okay, we're gonna start because I don't know how many of your classmates will be. Okay, so we're gonna start with a practice. Let me open the book for you.
¿Cómo puede mi madre tener tanto después de todo ello? Iba a hacer que Volcan se hiciera celoso y ahora tengo 2 millones.
Okay, so here we have speaking, okay, something that you're gonna investigate with your classmates. So we have here things that you do every day, okay? Write your daily routine. Well, but before I'm gonna show you something that you're gonna use. Okay, let's start here with the next page. Okay, here, here. Okay, we're gonna listen this conversation. Okay, we have here. How often do you check your email? Every 2 hours. And you? Well, I try to check it as often as I can. How often do you call your clients? I often call them once a week on Monday, but I usually call them on Friday to check their order. Do you call clients? Yes, I always call them first things in the morning. I believe it is important to have contact with them all the time. You're right. Okay, do you remember that we were discussing about some expressions of this conversation? What are the expressions that you remember that I told you something? What are the expressions? Do you remember? No? Once, right? Once. What is, yeah, we said that once is similar to, do you remember? Once is equivalent to? Once is equal to
A una vez.
one time, okay? Once is equivalent to say one time. One time. That's what we said, right? The last class, I think. I remember that I told you this. That once is the same as equivalent to say one time, but it's better. I often call them one time a week. No, once a week. Okay? Do you remember the other expression that I told you that we were using and discussing the last class?
¿Cómo estás? Called you.
This one, a week. So I told you that we don't say in the week. No, a week. Once a week, once a month, once a year. That's what we were using the last class.
What day?
Excuse me?
Similar. What
Excuse
day? What day? Similar?
What day? No, it's not similar.
No.
No. A week is similar, but it's not correct to say it in the week. In the week, no. In English, we say it a week. Okay, for example, I go to the gym 3 times a week. Not 3 times in the week. 3 times a week. Okay, that's the point. I visit the doctor once a year, for example, right? I visit the doctor or I go to the doctor once a year. No once in the year. No, once a year. That is the expression. Okay, tell me things that you do. Once a year, once a week. Again, right? Para recordar, because I remember that you told me. Esto lo vamos a hacer más rapidito because we already explained that. It's just to make to continue the idea. Tell me things that you do. Maybe a week, once a week. And the other, do you remember the other? Twice. Twice is similar to 2 times. So it's better to say, I go to the gym twice a week than say 2 times a week. It's not incorrect. 2 times is not incorrect, but it's better twice. Okay? It sounds more natural to say once or twice than 1 time and 2 times. Both are correct, but it's more natural. It's more common to use once and twice. Okay, so tell me, please, things that you do maybe once, twice, a month, a week, a year, I don't know. Visit your friend, go to a party, go to the beach, go to the church. I don't know. Things that you do once or twice. A week, a month, a day, maybe, right? A day. Go ahead, tell me.
Teacher,
Yes, sir.
I receive my pay once a month.
Exactly, correct. I receive my payment once a month. What about the rest?
The correct word is my payment?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, my salary sounds even better.
Okay.
Okay, what about you? How often do you receive your salary? Once a month or twice a month?
Twice a month.
Twice a month.
Yes.
What about the rest? My dear people, How often do you receive your payment or your salary? Once a month or twice a month or once a week can be, right? Some people, or maybe once a year. I mean,
Once a
no,
month.
once a day, excuse me. Once a month.
Once a month.
You too, once a month.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the ladies? Solo he oído gentlemen voices. What about the ladies? Miss Quintanilla. Who else? Miss Ochoa. Miss Escalante. How often do you receive your payment, young ladies? Once a month, twice a month, once a week? How often? Ladies.
Teacher, ¿puedes repetir, porfa?
Sure, no problem. Because one of your classmates said, I receive my payment once a month. It was an excellent example. So based on that, I ask you, how often? It means how frequently. How often do you receive your payment? Once a month, twice a month, once a week, once a day, maybe, right? Daily. That's the question. How often do you receive? How often is like how frequently. It's similar to how frequently. This expression that we have here, how often? Okay, this. How often is similar to how frequently. Miss Ochoa, Miss Quintanilla, Miss Escalante. What are your answers, young ladies? Mayra Yanet, how often do you receive your salary, your payment? Once a month? Twice a month? Mayra Yanet, can you listen to me?
Twice a month.
Okay, twice a month. Okay. So, Salma. How often, Salma, do you receive your payment, your salary? Once a month or twice a month? Guadalupe? Fátima Guadalupe Quintanilla?
Hi.
We're waiting for your answer, young lady.
Twice a month.
Twice a month. Okay, and finally, Carla María Escalante.
Día.
I repeat for you the question. So what's the answer? I'm waiting for the answer. I repeat the whole question. So what's your answer, Carla?
Okay. Twice a month. Teacher, yo no he entendido muy bien qué es lo que está preguntando.
Okay, I explained to you. The question was, how often is similar to how frequently, right? How often do you receive your payment, your salary? Once a month or twice a month?
Once a month.
A month. There you are, you see?
Once a month. Sí.
Yes, you
Ya
see.
entendí.
Okay, good, great. Okay, that was
Gracias.
not a complicated question. Okay, thanks to you for
Okay.
answering. Okay, so you see here, my dear people, in this case, we have those expressions that are good to remember. Take notes, okay? If you didn't know that expression, take notes. That is better to say once that two times. I mean, that one time. And it's better to say twice that two times. And we said a week, no in the week. Those are the expressions. Then we have some words like usually, always. What happened with those words? Those words are information about the frequency that we do the activities, right? Always, often, usually, and here you have more. Let me miss. Always, usually, normally, often, sometimes, occasionally, seldom, hardly ever, that is similar to rarely, and never. Those are called adverbs. Adverbs of frequency. Why? Because they tell us the frequency of the action. I always study English. That is the frequency, right? Always. I never eat pupusas. Okay? Never, it means 0%. 0%. Okay. Of course. Always. You always, Mr. Ramirez. You have to say I always. I don't know why, but I think that you always eat pupusas.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Really?
Two pupusas.
Two pupusas. For breakfast or for dinner?
Dinner.
Dinner, really?
Yes.
Okay, well, you know, it was, let's say more, let's say believable for me, breakfast, because in the morning, everybody sells pupusas, right? In the morning, before go to the office, everybody eating pupusas. But in this case, at night, dinner, okay, you surprised me. Okay, but every night, that's not good, Mr. Ramirez, no healthy, no saludable, okay, no healthy.
Oscure.
Of course, you know. Okay, so you see that is the frequency. It means these words give the information of the frequency of the action. Okay, I sometimes go to the gym. It means once a month, right? Maybe once a week.
2 weeks.
Twice a week.
Twice.
Okay, so twice a week maybe normally, right? Or usually, maybe normally. Those percentages are to give us the idea. Okay, just to give us the idea, guys. No es que me voy a aprender 80% normally, 50% sometimes. No, porque por ahí tenemos algún otro que es sinónimo equivalente. In that case, you say 5%. Tengo dos, hardly ever and rarely. De hecho, seldom is similar to hardly ever and rarely. Because seldom is raramente, casi nunca. And hardly ever es casi nunca. So they are similar. Seldom, hardly ever, rarely. Pero algunos hacen una pequeña diferencia de porcentaje entre uno y otro. Pero la verdad es que no nos vamos a aprender el porcentaje because hay algunos cuadros que varían un poquito de porcentaje porque los ordenan un poco diferente, right? No van a poner hardly ever con rarely, sino que lo van a poner abajo. Entonces ya le dan un porcentaje más bajito. So it's not necessary to memorize the percentages. The percentages are just for you to have an idea, right? To have an idea. If I always, like Mr. Rodriguez, right? He always eats pupusas. Eso significa de lunes a domingo. Always. No falla, Mr. Ramírez. ¿Ok? Si me dice always, is 100%. ¿Ok? That's the only extreme. Always and never. Pero los demás como que son un poquito más subjetivos.
Flexibles.
Yeah. En de que depende lo que cada, sin exagerar, right, of course, porque si hay un límite, no voy a decir que usually es similar a normal, a seldom, or a hardly ever. No, I mean, when I say that they can be similar, entre los que están cerquita, de 2 a 3, pero no desde usually de 90%, me voy a equivocar o lo puedo, depende de cómo yo lo vea, que yo lo voy a ver de una forma, el usually, y Miss Ochoa lo va a ver parecido a seldom. No, right? No, tampoco tan así. So the ones that are too close, okay? The ones that are close. But that's the point, okay? That they express the frequency of how often we do an action. Okay? That's the point. You're gonna do these activities. Vamos a hacer de una vez por ahí las actividades. But I want to show you what is the position. What is the position for those adverbs? And we're gonna talk about that and you're gonna practice. But now, how often does Anna check her email? How often does Anna?
Every 2 hours.
Every 2 hours.
Okay. Every 2 hours. That's the frequency, right? En este caso no es una frecuencia general. ¿A qué equivaldría every 2 hours?
Usual.
Usually. Yeah, I think that is the best option. Normal is close, right? Still close. Okay. The next question. Why it is important to check the email every day, according to this lady? Why is it important?
Check often as I can.
Excuse me, sir?
Check the often as I can.
We have here, she said, I believe it is important to have
Okay.
contact with them all the time. That's the reason. Okay, why it is important to have contact with the clients all the time. Okay. That is the answer.
Yes, I understand. Sorry. Yes, thank you.
Okay, so let's continue. I'm gonna show you. This is the part that I want to show you. Ok, antes que alguien se me vaya, voy a tomar de attendance, porque después por ahí se me desaparece alguno, al final he visto. Okay, so I'm going to take the attendance. Give me a second, please, to open the attendance. I'm going to take the attendance. And we're going to continue. Okay, give me your names, please, porque si no, nunca terminamos.
The project and you, can you project?
What?
Right now? No.
The book. The conversation.
I not watch the magic in the project, the class. Only you.
No, because
watch.
in this moment, I'm going to take the attendance.
Okay.
I'm not showing you anything because I'm watching the attendance list.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
okay.
sorry.
Okay, no, don't worry. Your name, sir? Your name? Mr. Ramirez?
Andrés Armando. Andrés Armando.
Okay, sí. Andrés. Okay, here you are. Andrés Armando Ramírez. Okay, Mr. Ramírez. Someone else, please? Your
Juan
name?
Carlos Rodríguez.
Juan Carlos. Let me look for your name, sir. Yes, you are here, Juan Carlos. Someone else?
Denis Iván Dueñas.
Okay, you are here close to Juan Carlos. Thanks. Someone else?
Rebeca Lorena Herrera.
Rebecca, here. Okay, Miss Herrera. Someone else, please?
Irma Guadalupe Quintanilla.
Irma.
Fátima Guadalupe.
Fátima. Okay. Okay, here. Someone else?
Carla María Escalante Rodríguez.
Okay.
No, Carla María Escalante de Diana.
Okay. You forget that you are married, okay? Pasa, suele pasar. Se nos olvida que estamos casadas, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Sí, dice. Okay. Anybody else? Everybody?
Francisco Antonio Martínez.
Francisco. Let me look for your name. Francisco. I can find you. Give me a second, please. Francisco. Francisco, I can find you. El único que me encontré rápido. Francisco.
Antonio Martínez.
Antonio, Francisco Antonio. No, sir, no está. Francisco Antonio.
This is my first class.
Excuse me. Solo
This
tengo.
is my first class.
I can't understand you. Excuse me. Your audio is not clear. No, but I don't have any Francisco. Bueno, yo lo voy a agregar acá. Francisco.
Okay.
Pero qué raro que no esté.
Martínez.
Francisco Antonio, right?
Yes.
Martínez. Okay. But it's strange that you're not here. Is this your first class with me? Francisco? Is this your first class
it's my first class
with me? With me or the first class?
The first class.
Got it. Okay, that's why you are not in the list. Okay, so I added you, okay? Ya lo agregué. Yo buscándolo. Okay, because you were not in the list. But I added your name. Okay, no problem. Okay, anybody else? Everybody, right? Yes? ¿Nadie faltó? No.
Teacher.
Yes, sir?
Fabricio Ernesto Trejo.
You are missing. Fabricio Ernesto Trejo. Yes, you are here. Aquí sí lo haya rápido. Yes, le vamos a descontar los minutos.
Sí.
Sí. Ok, descuento. Anybody else? ¿No me falta nadie?
No.
¿No?
Mayra Janet Ochoa.
Okay, Miss Mayra. Yes, you are here. Mayra Janet Ochoa. Okay. I think nobody else, right? Tres. Yes, okay, everybody. Okay, well, let's continue. So I want to show you something very important. Okay, here. Okay, here we have some other examples, right? You see, here we have a different, we don't have ever, hardly ever, but it's similar, right? Very, very similar. But this is the point that I want to show you. The position of the adverbs. The position of the adverbs. We have different adverbs. We have adverb of frequency that are the ones that we're going to study. You have adverbs of manner, adverb of time, adverb of place, etc. Right? Tenemos diferentes según lo que describe. Dependiendo del adverb, así va a ser la mejor posición que lleve según las reglas de inglés. Algunos pueden ir donde sea, pero hay otros, como vamos a ver ahorita, que no los podemos usar en una posición específica, right? So in this case, when I say from position is before the sentence. Sometimes I see him at the supermarket. This is from position, at the beginning. O sea, antes que diga toda la idea, yo empiezo con el adverb. Sometimes, usually, pero esa es la posición que tiene restricciones. No todos los adverbs of frequency los puedo usar antes. All right? ¿Cuáles, Sofía? Ya les digo cuáles. In the mid position. So this is important because the mid position doesn't mean justo literal en medio de la oración ahí después de sandwiches. No. Mid position means after the subject. ¿Ok? Antes del verbo. Después de la persona. Antes del verbo. That means mid position. ¿Ok? Mid position doesn't mean ahí por sándwiches despejar antes de por, no. We have to respect that. Okay, we have to respect that mid position is antes del verbo. Okay? Don't forget it, please. Que si lo ponemos en otro lado, en inglés se oye un poquito raro, como que algo no casa. ¿Ok? No es como español que se pone las cosas donde uno al revés, al derecho, adelante. No. In English, is more organized, let's say. Many things have a specific position in English. And the end position. Literal, right? Al final de la idea. He visits me occasionally. So those are the three positions in which we can use an adverb. ¿Cuál adverb? Bueno, en nuestro caso, los que estamos viendo. Always, usually, normally, often, sometimes, occasionally, seldom, hardly ever, never. Okay, so it means I can say, usually, they go shopping. Usually, they go shopping. They usually go shopping. They go shopping usually. Okay? ¿Ven cómo varía donde lo ponga? Pero, we have, ¿cuál es la general, la que no falla? The mid position. Antes de los verbos. ¿Ok? Antes de los verbos. Esa es la que no me falla. La que yo puedo estar segura. That is okay. ¿Ok? That is okay. So, in that case, you see, what is the verb in the first? In the first, the verb is goes. In the second, oral. Go. Go. Well, go out. Go with. Eat. Read. Drink. Go again. So you see, these examples have the mid position. So before the verb. Ahí no me falla. No suena, porque a veces hay algunos que no suenan bien al principio, no se usan al principio. Y otros que no suenan tan bien al final, aunque se usan. So, lo que voy a lo seguro es this position. ¿Por qué les digo esto? Look, let me show you. Let me show you. Give me a second, please, to show you.
Teacher,
Yes, sir.
what's the meaning of quarrel?
It's like argue.
It's like
Argue.
argue.
Similar to argue.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
Okay, let me see. This is the part that I need you to, that's what I mean. Look, they do not go at the beginning. You see? They do not go at the beginning. That's the point. That's the point. That some of them are not used at the beginning. O usted se aprende esta pequeña lista que facilito también. O los usamos con seguridad antes del verbo de mid position, que ahí todos van, no tienen restricción. It's up to you, right? It's your decision. Because it's not something correct, common to say always. Always, hardly ever, seldom, rarely, never. Si usted ve la mayor parte que tienen una connotación negativa, no se usan al inicio, excepto always. So we don't say, always I visit my grandparents once a year. No. I always visit my grandparents once a year. Or I visit my grandparents once a year, always. Always once a year. Pero es mejor siempre en medio. Okay, but in this case, we don't use these adverbs at the beginning of the idea. En este caso, sí, mire. These sometimes and usually are very often to use them at the beginning. También in the mid position, todos. Okay, you see? Always, hardly ever, ever, seldom, and rarely, no at the beginning. Okay? Any question about this?
No.
No, okay. Okay, so that's the point, right? That you have to remember. That's the information that you need to remember to use correctly these adverbs that will describe the frequency of an action. Okay, and some meanings. Uno que otro significado that maybe is new for you. Tal vez seldom, hardly ever. I know that most of them are common for you, right? Always, never, sometimes, usually. Ahí hay uno que no lo mencionan. En otros cuadros lo ponen generally. Generally. ¿Ok? Hay otros, como les digo, que se pueden agregar a la lista, que son really similar. Okay, and that's what we have about adverbs of frequency. Okay, so now if you don't have any question, you can do this exercise. Okay, complete a list of your activities. Okay, you do in a regular week, then write the activities next to the word that best describe how often do you do those activities. Activity that you always do, so you have to write. Remember, I always go, I always call, I always visit, I always, no, always I, no. Hardly ever I, no. I hardly ever go to the movies. I hardly ever go to the beach. That's the correct form. No, hardly ever I go to the beach. No. Remember the ones that I told you. You don't use at the beginning. Always, hardly ever, never, seldom. Ok, the rest puede ocuparlos generalmente donde quiera. En medio, al principio, al final. Algunos se oyen mejor que otros al final o al principio, pero todos van súper bien en el medio. Okay, well, let's do this activity. Think about your activities, maybe in the office or maybe at home, right? No problem. 5 minutes to do it. I think 5 minutes will be okay. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to think in an activity that you always do, often, sometimes, hardly ever, and do the sentence, please. 5 minutes counting.
Okay. can you project the exercise, please? Or the same, can you send in the message?
No, I can't, sir, because I'm not in your group of WhatsApp. Okay,
Okay.
yes, I'm gonna, estoy buscando ya la otra parte del otro libro, por eso es que tengo que dejar de proyectar.
Okay.
Pero
Okay.
ustedes tienen ese libro. Ok, o busca la página o lo pongo y alguno de ustedes mande la screenshot si no tienen el libro a la mano. Ok, so let me again. I'm gonna do it again so maybe you can send it. Okay, because
Okay.
I need to stop sharing. Necesito
Okay.
dar
I can.
porque
I can.
okay, is it done?
The moment, please. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, anyway, this is on page 20. Para los que sí tienen por ahí su libro, page 20. Ok, ya lo voy a volver a poner, pero necesito alistar el otro libro. Tengo que salirme. Ok, because I want to get ready with the other part of the book. Okay, this is similar. I'm gonna show you this part of the book. So you can do any of them. Okay, the one that you prefer. Let me share this. Okay, this is similar. So you can do the previous chart or this one. Things that you do on Sunday, on Monday, right? It's similar. You can choose one day or you can use it in general, como el cuadro anterior. Es la misma actividad, basically. So I'm showing you the two formats. Okay, los dos formatos. So you can choose. What do you do every week or every day? This is the other possibility. 2 more minutes. Okay, the last minute, one more minute. Okay, let's see. I think that you're ready. Okay, tell me what you have. Let's exchange the information, right? Don't forget that the main point here is to put into practice the adverb. Any of the chart, right? Always, never, normally, hardly ever, sometimes, usually. You have to use one of the adverbs in the correct position. Okay, let's start with Mr. Rodriguez. Tell me, Mr. Rodriguez, how often do you do your activities and what are those activities?
Okay. And I play football twice a week.
Okay, but it's correct. But in this case, Mr. Rodriguez, the point is to use this chart. Okay? The idea is to use these adverbs of frequency, these ones. Always, usually, normally, because the idea is to use them in the correct position. Because do you remember that I showed you that we have some adverbs that we can't use at the beginning, right? No podemos usarlos al inicio. Estos. So the idea is that you use them and put into practice that information. It's correct. Grammatically is correct. Twice a week. Pero eso ya lo estuvimos practicando antes. El once a week, twice a week, era otra expresión. Ahorita vamos con las que hemos agregado. Okay, please. Okay, mientras corrige, Mr. Rodriguez, let me know when you have the order, please.
Okay.
Maybe Mr. Trejo.
Okay. I always get up at 14 o'clock.
At what? Excuse me, what time? I always get up?
Always. Always. I always get up at 14. 14 o'clock.
14 is not possible. 14.
4
is this.
4:10.
No. 4, 10.
4:10.
4, 10.
10 exactamente.
O'clock. I mean, 4:10 a.m. Okay? But 14 is this.
Yes.
Okay, make the correction there. Yes, tell me.
We sometimes uses the microwave.
Okay, we sometimes use. No uses, porque no es tercera persona, no le agrego la S. So we sometimes, correct, we sometimes use the microwave. Okay,
in the office, correct.
Yeah, in the office, okay, correct. Remember, esta sí sonaría bien, sometimes, está perfecta, okay, because remember that the general is before the verb. But on another option, in that case, it's possible to say, sometimes we use the microwave in the office. Another possibility, porque sometimes, a diferencia de always, never, hardly ever, sí va bastante bien y suele ocuparse al inicio. But always in the middle, right? Ahí sí, esa no hay discusión. Okay, very good, Mr. Trejo. Do you have one more?
Sí, yes. Uh, I never get get late to home for
I
every day.
never, I never.
I never get late
Late. Okay,
to home tonight today.
okay. I never get late home.
Late home.
Okay, oh, it's good. Yes, I never get late home or I never arrive, right? Oh, get late. The pronunciation is late. Okay, late at home.
At home.
Yes, late at home. Okay, Mr. Dueña. Thanks, Mr. Trejo. Correct. Okay, the adverbs are correct. Good. Mr. Dueñas.
Yes. I never alone.
I never, excuse me,
I never alone.
arrive. Excuse me, I don't understand the verb. I never.
I never alone.
Can you write it in the chat, sir, please? The verb. The verb. Just the verb. Ah, okay. Okay, but in that case is I am or I'm never
I am.
alone.
I
Let me write it for you. I am or I'm never alone. Okay, I got it.
okay.
The verb is missing. Ah, very good. Mire, se me faltó. Es que quería que lo pusieran para terminarles de explicar eso. Ok, so very good. Vamos a detenernos una pausa acá ya que Mr. Dueñas me recordó esta parte. Let me show you for you something. Something important. Let me show you. Give me a second, please. Okay, look at this. Let me show you this. It's important. In the case, and just in the case, okay? Solo en el caso, just in the case that the verb is the verb to be, ahí cambia la condición. El adverbio va a ir después del verbo. You see the difference? In this part, we have the adverb, and adverb, but the verb is here. Como dijimos la regla, el adverbio va antes del verbo. Este es el verbo. Pero miren lo que pasa con el verb to be. Es al revés. El adverbio va después del verbo to be. He is always happy. No, he always is happy. Is incorrect. ¿Ok? If the verb is, and, are o cualquier forma pasada, futura, etc., ahí cambia la regla. It's like an exception, right? Nosotros tenemos que poner estos adverbios que tengo ahí, always, usually, normally, sometimes, after verb to be. I'm always at home, for example. I am always at home. No, I always am at home. No. Okay, you see the difference? That is an exception. So those are the points that I wanted to share with you about adverbs. para usarlos correctamente, right? Don't use, as I said, this at the beginning. And when the verb is to be, use the in general before the verb. But when the verb is the verb to be, use it after the verb. Okay? Maybe you can take notes or maybe a screenshot to keep this information. Y si los pongo en otro lado, Sofía, no me van a entender. Yes, they will understand, of course. Pero es como que me entienden, pero se nota que no se dice, ¿qué?
No habla bien. No
Yes,
speaking good.
yes, correct. Es como que diga rompido, right? Me van a entender de qué hablo, pero no es correcto. No es tanto así, no se siente tanto así como rompido, pero it's something that is not the correct, okay? And that something is missing. That's the point. Pero que nos van a entender, right? Si alguien me dice, "Ay, pero es que Sofía, tan complicado estar viendo a dónde van y no van", al final uno se acostumbra fácilmente. Okay, believe me. But it's good to use the things in the correct position, right? In the correct form. So those are some details that we have to remember when we are using these adverbs, these words, okay? Always, usually, sometimes, etc. Okay, that's another point that I wanted to share with you that I brought, que les traía, que había preparado para compartirles y se me había ido. But thanks to Mr. Dueñas, right, me acordé con el ejemplo de él. Okay, any question about this? About this information?
Teacher, así por la misma corrección que usted acaba de hacer, acá tengo usando always, yo había escrito también I always, pero ya lo corregí acá donde lo escribí y es I am always the last to leave work.
Okay, correct. I am always the last to leave work. Correct, excellent.
Okay.
Y debe ser el primero, right? Entonces diríamos, I am always the first to arrive to the office. Ok, siempre, como no importa el verbo que venga después, pero yo estoy después del verb to be, que es el primero, va después del verb to be, correct? Okay, if we don't have more questions, continue with your sentences, Mr. Dueñas. Do you have more? Yeah, do you have more activities or no more?
Okay, this very often I like to play football.
Can you repeat, please?
Very often I like to play football.
Okay, yeah, in this case, we can use often at the beginning, right? Yes, it's correct. Porque no es una de las excepciones que les di. So it's possible. También puede ir en medio. So, I very often play football. Podría ser siempre en el medio. Recuerden, en el medio significa in what position. Antes de quién significa en el medio. Dijimos.
Después del pronombre personal.
Ajá, antes del verbo. Correct. Después del pronombre, antes del verbo. Eso significa in the mid position. So in this case, I could use I very often play soccer or play football. I don't remember. O at the beginning, very often. En ese caso, si no hay restricción, porque no es always, hardly ever, seldom, never and rarely. No es ninguno de eso. Entonces, claro que sí lo podemos usar como Mr. Dueñas lo está ocupando. At the beginning, no problem, as another possibility. Okay. Any other, Mr. Dueñas?
Yeah. I hardly ever drink soda.
Okay. I hardly ever drink soda. Okay. I can say the same. sadly. I hardly ever drink soda. No, I can say that. Okay, good for you, Mr. Dueñas, that you hardly ever drink soda. Okay, good. Okay, good sentences, Mr. Dueñas. Very good.
Okay.
Any other volunteer?
I.
You are volunteer. Tell me your activities. Tell us.
Yeah. The sentence first, I always take a bath in the morning.
I always take a bath in the morning. Okay. From Monday to Saturday, right?
Yeah.
No Sunday. Sunday is free.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Correct. I always take a bath. Take a bath is the verb. Before the verb, we use the adverb. Okay. Okay. Always. En ese caso, podría decir, let me see, Miss Quintanilla, podría decir, always I take a bath in the morning. Always I take a bath every day. It's another option? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Do you agree, Mr. Platero? Is correct to say? Always I take a bath in the morning? Agree or disagree
Please
with
repeat.
Mr.
I don't understand.
Excuse me? I don't what?
Please repeat the question.
Okay, if you agree with Miss Quintanilla, she said that it's correct to say, always I take a bath in the morning. Is that correct?
No, it's incorrect.
Why?
No.
Why?
Because always, sería, I always
Take a bath.
always in the sandwich.
Okay, as Mr. Ramirez says, right? That is the only option. Correct. So, Miss Quintanilla, it's not correct to use always at the beginning. Remember that I gave you, let's do exceptions. Always, hardly ever, never, rarely, seldom are not at the beginning. Okay? So it's incorrect to say always I take a bath. No. Okay? Mr. Ramirez said the best option. Or I always take a bath. Antes del verbo, no adelante de toda la idea. Okay, don't forget it. Okay, do you have one more, mister?
Yeah, I often go to the San Salvador.
Okay, I often go to San Salvador.
Sí.
Okay, I often go to San Salvador. Correct. That is the correct position. Anybody else who wants to share your activities, your ideas?
Me?
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. I always go to my job by car.
Okay, correct. I always go to my job by car.
I often speak with my client by phone.
Excellent. Did you say often? Yes. Yes, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I often speak with my clients by phone. Often. Okay, good.
Yes. Sometimes I go to the beach.
Okay, sometimes. It means once a year, no, because sometimes it's maybe once a month.
Yes, once a month.
Once a month, okay.
Yes.
What else?
I hardly ever receive bonus in my job.
Okay, I hardly ever receive bonus in the job or in my job. Okay, it happens all the time, sir. Not just to you, not just to you. Okay, okay,
Yes.
correct. I
And
hardly ever. Yes,
and the
tell me.
last one, I never have a bad dream.
Okay, I never have a bad drink.
Dream.
Oh,
No,
dream. A dream.
Yes.
Okay. What is a bad drink? I was about to ask you, what is about a bad drink? Okay. About a bad dream. You
Dream.
say, I
Yes.
hardly ever. Or
No,
never?
never.
Okay, good for you. I never have a bad dream.
Yes.
Okay, there you are. Excellent. Okay, very good, sir. Anybody else? No. Okay, we're going to continue if nobody else wants to share. Remember, my dear people, it's good to speak, to give your opinions. Es que me equivoqué, es que no estoy segura, quizás la puse al revés. Por eso debería de ser el primero, la primera de decirlos, para que podamos apoyarlos, chicos. Ok, solo equivocando no se aprende, solo practicando se aprende. Yo he visto algunos por acá que nunca... It's hardly ever, okay? They hardly ever participate, okay? They hardly ever participate. And that's no good. Están en beginners too. Todavía se les vale todo. No tengan pena, okay? No tengan pena, no tengan miedo de que suena raro, suena mal. No, aprovechen que todavía están en beginners, chicos. O chicas, más que nada las young ladies son las que no participan, chicas. Tienen que ser las primeras en todo. Ah, no, mentira. Pero sí hablen, participen, ¿ok? Porque las oigo muy calladitas. Entonces hay que hablar, hay que equivocarnos. Y cuando estamos en beginners se nos vale todo. Decir hasta lo más, si a alguien le suena absurdo, pues no hay problema. Estoy en beginners. Si usted va quedándose sin participar, va a llegar a intermediate, más pena va a sentir. Si ahorita tal vez tiene un poco de que no participa, no está segura, ok, piense, después en intermediate, que ya van a estar un poquito más avanzados, ya le va a dar todavía más, más freno participar. Así que les recomiendo, hoy están cuando equivóquense, pronuncien mal, pónganlos al revés, que para eso estamos acá para apoyarlos, pero si uno no los oye, no puede corregir o no puede apoyar, no puede ayudar. Y usted misma no sabe qué está bien y qué tiene que cambiar. All right, so that's an advice, right? It's just a parenthesis to change that attitude, ladies, young ladies. Okay, let's continue. So we have, well, we already did this part, right? Because it's what we are doing here. We are talking about your routines, your daily routines, okay? That's what we are doing. So, okay, we already working this, on that. How often? This is a good activity. I like this activity because in this case, you're gonna do for your classmates. For example, let me give you some examples. Mr. Trejo, how often do you visit your friends, Mr. Trejo?
Repeat, please.
How often do you visit your friends, Mr. Trejo?
I not.
So, what is the, look, Mr. Trejo, what is the correct form to say it? What is the adverb that you need?
This.
If you say no, I think this is the convenient, right? Maybe.
I often have
well, the verb is visit, sir. The verb is visit. Pero ya me cambió la frecuencia. Al principio me dijo que no y ahora often.
Yes.
Make up your mind.
Me perdí.
Okay, for example, Mr. Trejo, how often do you visit your friends? Maybe I never visit my friends, Sofía. O I often visit my friends. Twice a month. Si me quiere dar más detalle. I often visit my friends. I usually visit my friends once a month or twice a month. Easy?
Podría ser también I, rarely,
Rarely. Visit. After the adverb is the verb. Okay? After the adverb is the verb. Y su adverbio, la frecuencia que usted eligió es hardly ever. ¿Qué tiene que poner después de ese hardly ever, Mr. Trejo? The verb.
Never sería.
Never. I don't know if never or hardly ever.
Always, siempre,
But anyway, okay, but anyway, visit, this is the order, Mr. Trejo. I, porque usted me va a contestar de usted, el adverb of frequency y después el verbo. So maybe I often visit my friends. I never visit my friends. I hardly ever visit my friends. I don't know, right? Any frequency. Cualquier frecuencia que usted elija is the same order. Okay? Yes, mister? Is clear? Okay,
it's clear, it's clear with coffee.
Okay, it's clear la horchata. Okay.
For example, I never go to the USA. Is correct?
I never
go to the USA.
Go
To the USA.
Yes, could be. I never go to USA. Could be. Mm-hmm. I never go. Before the verb. Correct. Okay, so that's the exercise in this moment. I'm gonna send you to different breakout rooms. No lo voy a mandar solo a uno. Lo voy a mandar unos 2, 3 minutitos y de ahí a otro y a otro. All right? So you can ask different classmates. Puede preguntarle, apúntelas porque después me las van a compartir aquí. ¿Qué le preguntó y qué le dijo el compañero o la compañera? All right? But please remember to use the adverbs of frequency to give the answer. That is the class today, right? Always, sometimes, usually, never, hardly ever, seldom, rarely. No sé, la frecuencia que usted quiera. All right? But do it, use it. ¿Cómo lo va a usar? Antes del verbo que use. I never visit. I never go. I always eat. I sometimes work on Saturdays. That one can be one question, right? How often do you work on Saturdays? How often do you work on Saturdays? I always work on Saturdays. I never work on Saturdays. I sometimes work on Saturdays. Okay? So that's what I need you to practice. No solo contesten el never, porque yo quiero que ustedes salgan de esta clase recordando en qué posición tiene que ir. Y si solo dicen never, always. How often do you work on Saturdays? Never. And that's all the answer. No está practicando la respuesta completa y dónde va. Porque solo decir never aislado, sometimes aislado, no está poniendo el orden de todo lo que, porque no siempre va a contestar de una manera tan escueta, right? Maybe. So we need to know where
Teacher,
to use. Yes, sir.
para lo anterior, podría ser I occasionally visit my friend.
Correct. I occasionally visit my friends. Correct. That's one option. I occasionally visit my friends.
Ok,
Correct.
estaba confundido con la
Okay,
respuesta.
but now it's clear, right? Es que se había entendido como la horchata, decía Mr. Ramírez. Pero ahora no.
Es que el friend, yo pensé que era como el idioma francés, ¿verdad? French.
Ah, French. No, friend. Mhm. Friend.
Pero ya entendí.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I got it. What was the situation? Okay. So it was a confusion, right? Yeah, I got it. Okay. So that's the exercise in this moment. Remember, do the questions and remember the answers. You're gonna tell me the questions o lo vamos a hacer a repetir. All right, you're gonna repeat. Lo va a hacer en los breakout rooms y aquí vamos a repetir solo una pregunta a un compañero. Lo vamos a basically a repetir. All right, one per person. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 rounds, 3 different rooms, 3 minutes. Okay, van a estar poquito porque los voy a mandar con diferentes compañeros. Y Cherry, ¿por qué no lo hacemos aquí todos? Porque ya ven que no todos hablan aquí. Entonces allá solo con un compañero tiene que preguntarle y tiene que contestarle, please. All right? Okay. So let's go to to different breakout rooms. Let me create the breakout rooms. Give me a second to create the breakout rooms. Okay, now I think. Okay, let's go to practice that. Remember 3 minutes, just 3 minutes because you're gonna change. Okay, we're gonna go back with a different group, okay? You see, Miss Quintanilla, you can do it. You can do it. It was a good answer because I never complete a sentence. You are completing a sentence, Miss Quintanilla. Okay, you can do it. Try. Si no las completa, es porque no habla. Poco a poco las va a ir completando. Pero si no habla, siempre nos va a faltar, es que ahí me faltó el verbo, pero la teacher le tiene que decir, ahí le falta esto, ahí le sobra lo otro. And you are doing the corrections, ¿ok? Y así es como va a ir completando las oraciones. Complete the sentences, Miss Quintanilla, all right?
All right.
Pick it, do it. Okay, one more round. One more round with different people. Okay. Here we go again with different people. I think, I hope. Fabricio, were you with in the breakout room with Carla Maria? Mr. Trejo, were you in the breakout room with Carla Maria? No. Okay. Juan
Con
Carlos.
dueños estuvimos. Perdón.
No, tell me, Carla.
Hago la pregunta.
¿Que no me estaba contestando ya?
No, teacher, es que solo oí que mencionaban a dueñas y a mí. Entonces, él lo que preguntó fue, what do you never ask? ¿Por qué nunca preguntan? O algo así, ¿por qué no preguntan? Y entonces nosotros teníamos la duda si íbamos a ocupar los adverbs en la pregunta o solo íbamos a ocupar el how often. Y bueno, yo las hice así, ocupando solo el who often. Por ejemplo, puse who often you
How?
eat
How
fish.
often?
Perdón, how often you ate fish.
Do you eat
Ah,
fish?
sí,
Okay. Okay.
eso.
Well, that's the correct. De hecho, la pregunta que oí no llevaba how often. Entonces
How
no iba a
often.
llevar el adverb. Pero sí el
Ah,
ejercicio actually de hecho era usar así como estaba en el cuadro. How often y ustedes le agregaban la acción. En realidad esta pregunta que oí, why do you never ask in class? No llevaba adverb of frequency. La pregunta no estaba para responder con un adverb of frequency.
ah,
Pero igual, es bueno para hablar, ¿verdad? Y para mí, por lo menos, lo que me interesaba también, aunque no usaran el adverb of frequency, pero que Miss Quintanilla conteste, hable en inglés. Y lo hizo, no
ujú,
usando el adverb of frequency, pero es algo bueno, right? Entonces, pero no, ese en sí no era el ejercicio, solo que yo no dije nada porque igual, al fin y al cabo, hay que aprovechar lo que están hablando en inglés, ¿verdad? No ser tan cerrado. Pero no
sí,
era esa la pregunta adecuada para el ejercicio, pero sí para practicar, ¿ok? Y
ok.
quería oír a Miss Quintanilla hablar, además, por eso es que menos dije nada. ¿Ok? Pero no, Carla María, la pregunta no era eso. Igual, si era una consulta, yo la dejé hablar para que usted salga de la duda. Pero
Ok.
no era esa la pregunta. Solo estaba consultando, the question was, si había estado con usted, Fabricio, en el breakout room. Solamente para ver si ya los movió de compañeros.
No,
No,
estuvo
ok,
dueñas.
ok.
Ujú.
So, creo que ya van a ir con otros compañeros. I hope so. No voy a llegar con los mismos. Okay, so here we go again. The second round. The same, okay? The same question. How often? Please, use how often. Okay? How often para que le puedan contestar con un adverb. How often do you? Before a question en presente, antes de una pregunta en presente, usted tiene que ponerle do you. Ese do you indica que usted está preguntando, ¿ok? No sé si ya vieron esta estructura, si no quizás la van a ver más adelante. Pero do you, how often do you? Ahorita así armémosla. How often do
Ok.
you eat pupusas? Le encantan las pupusas a la misma, va a decir. No, solo de eso me acuerdo. Ok, how often do you work? How often do you study English? Es la misma. El inglés es bien repetitivo. Sigue unos patrones bien marcados. It's easy. It's a piece of cake. Okay, it's a piece of cake. English is a piece of cake. Okay, entonces, so, how often do you? Lo único que le va a cambiar es la acción, el verbo. So, please, practice that structure to do the question in this second practice. It's the same, okay? But do it correctly, please. Here we go, again.
Excuse me, me dio problema la señal, no me transportaron.
Okay, let me send you again. Let me see where I can send you. Let me see. Okay. But you are, yeah, Fabrizio, yes, you're supposed to be, well, let me move you. ¿Cómo hacemos? Bueno, voy a tener que hacer grupos de 3 porque ahí está solita Carla María y usted ya está asignado a ese Record Room 3. Ahí me aparece asignado, no me aparece no asignado. No
Es que me dio
entiendo.
problema la señal, me sacó, como que me sacó y luego cuando ya
Pero
vi, ya
cuando
estaba.
lo saca, me aparecen fuera de asignación y ahí no lo puedo mover a otro grupo porque lo voy a tener que hacer de 3, ni modo. Ok, porque ahí justamente estaba solo con una compañera. Lo voy a tener que hacer de 3 los grupos. Ok, here we go again. Ahí está ya. Okay, let me see if everybody's back, right? Okay, so please tell me the summary, el resumen, right? The summary. Each of you do a question, just repeat. De los dos grupos que estuvieron, solo elija un compañero quien hizo la pregunta y el compañero va a contestar just like you did in the class, in the breakout room, okay? So, just one, porque ya practicaron en clase, solo quiero oírlos a todos, aunque creo que casi los oí a todos, but anyway, right? To close this, let's start with Mr. Ramirez. The one question, just one, for one of your classmates.
Dennis, the question is, how often do you practice swim?
Swimming. In that case, yes, it's swimming.
Swimming. Practice swimming.
Yes, swimming es el
Practice.
noun, natación. Swim es el verb, nadar. Swimming pool es la otro noun relacionado, piscina, right? Entonces,
Okay.
son tres que se parecen, right? So, depende de la combinación. So, in this case, how often do you, excuse?
The practice swimming.
Ok,
Swimming.
porque ahí no decimos swim porque ya tiene el verbo practice. Ahí sí necesito natación. So, how often do you practice swimming?
Dennis.
Oh, sorry. I never practice swimming.
Swimming, okay. I never practice swimming. Okay. Okay, more exercise, Mr. Dueñas. Do your question, please. Thanks, Mr. Ramirez. Mr. Dueñas, do the question for your class, for one classmate. The same that you did in the breakout room.
Juan Carlos.
Okay.
How often do you exercise?
Who is Juan Carlos? Let me see. Mr. Rodriguez.
Okay. I always
Okay.
do
Always.
exercise.
Say that again, please, Mr. Ramirez.
Always do exercise.
Excellent. Very good, right? Good for you.
Great.
What kind of exercise do you do, Mr. Ramirez? What kind of, no, excuse me, Mr. Rodriguez. What kind of exercise?
Pardon.
Okay.
What kind of exercise?
I practice taekwondo.
Oh, excellent. Me too. I love it.
Yeah.
I used to, but not anymore because I don't have time. Yes, but I used to. It's an excellent, a beautiful taekwondo. Yes, I used to practice, but not anymore.
Very nice.
Maybe
Very
Sunday.
Giancarlo,
Okay.
are you teacher the taekwondo?
Taekwondo teacher?
Taekwondo? Yes, I am teacher.
Okay,
Yes.
really excellent. Okay.
¿Cómo se diría cinta? ¿Qué cinta es?
In English is belt.
I'm sorry.
In English, cinta is belt.
How ball you have?
No, what ball are you? Oh, okay. What ball do you have?
Okay. I am black belt.
Okay, so you see, don't discuss with Mr. Rodriguez, right? Don't discuss with Mr. Rodriguez.
No problem.
No problem. Okay. No, right. Part of the taekwondo is the control, right? The control.
Yes.
Always under control. Okay, exactly. Excellent. Yeah, I love that sport. Someday, maybe, right? Someday I will come back and I will have the time. Okay, Mr. Ramirez.
Sensei.
Yeah. My sensei, right? My sensei. Sunday. Okay, Mr. Ramirez, the question for one of your classmates.
Okay, and the practice with Francisco.
Okay.
Frank, can you question how often do you study?
Study what, Mr. Rodriguez? English?
Yeah.
Okay. Francisco, where is Francisco? Who's Francisco? No, I think he's not in
Mr. Platero.
Mr. Platero, but I can see. Ah, yes,
The
yes,
new,
because he's a new student.
partner.
Yeah, the new student. Yes, you're right. That's why I didn't remember. No, because I'm good at remembering names. No, I'm really bad at remembering names. Okay, por eso ni me había dado cuenta, por eso dudaba. Is the first day, Mr. Platero, I ask? Me imagínense cómo soy de mala para recordar. Okay, oh, y eso que son poquitos, right? Okay, but anyway. Nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. Okay. So the answer, Mr. Platero. Can you repeat the question?
How often do you receive
Study English. It was the question, right?
Study English. Sí,
How often
sí.
do you study English, Mr. Platero? You are
He
mute.
has the microphones
You are
closed.
mute.
The microphone in mute.
Yes, microphone off, okay?
Sorry.
I understand. I
always
read and the
You read the lips. I didn't.
yeah at the red and the list.
Tell me, Mr. Platero, because I didn't read your lips. So tell me the answer.
Okay. I always study English all week.
Okay, every week. Every week.
week.
Okay, I always study English. Okay, good. Question, Mr. Platero, for one of your classmates. A los que no le han preguntado, por favor.
Okay, I don't remember her name, but it's the Gold Girls.
Ah, okay, es Miss Quintanilla.
Okay, Miss Quintanilla. How often do you go to the beach?
Okay.
Está preguntando con qué frecuencia vas a la playa.
Yeah,
¿verdad?
how often do you go to the beach? Yeah, it's not necessary to translate, Miss Quintanilla.
Porque
You understood, right? You understood.
proceso.
No, don't do it. Ya entendió, don't say it in Spanish, right? Ya entendió. Okay, so how often do you go to the beach?
I'm sorry, my connection is mala.
Okay. Don't worry. Yes, Mr. Quintanilla?
I often go to the beach.
Excellent. I often go to the beach. What is often, Miss Quintanilla? Once a month? Once a week?
Once.
Twice?
Three.
Oh, 3 times. 3 times. Twice? 2 times. 3 times? A week? A month? A year?
3 times a month.
Okay, that's very often. 3 times a month. Oh my goodness. Do you have friends or family in the beach?
After work with my boyfriend.
Ah, okay, after work. Oh my goodness. And where do you live in San Salvador?
I am from Santa Tecla.
Ah, you're from Santa Tecla. Okay, so it's not near. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm surprised. Menos 3 veces al mes yo a la playa después del trabajo.
A las 9 salgo a veces.
After, oh my goodness. Miss Quintanilla, you love the beach. Ya vi. You have to love the beach to go after work because I don't have that, that feeling to go to the beach after work. No, after work I wanted to get home.
She
Okay.
have
She has?
money. She has
Yeah, and two,
money.
yes, she
Money.
has
Yeah.
money.
No. Hmm, A veces solo voy a ver, pero.
Okay,
Ah, the
yeah,
beach relax me.
okay, yes, it's good to listen, right? Okay, yeah, just to watch. Por ver no se paga, Mr. Ramirez, all right? To see the sunset, okay, the sunset, I guess. La puesta del sol, right? To see the sunset. Okay, so your question, Miss Quintanilla. ¿Quién falta? Miss Ochoa, Miss Herrera, again, all the ladies. Okay,
A Carla. No,
okay,
Rebeca,
Aquí
creo
está.
que se llama. Rebeca.
okay, Rebeca.
No,
O Carla.
Carla.
Tenemos
Ah.
dos aquí. ¿Dónde
Que con las
escoger?
dos estuve.
Okay, choose.
Pues, Carla.
Ok.
Es que
Yo,
how often do you exercise?
how often do you exercise? I never exercise.
Okay, you never exercise. You're sincere. Not good, not good. Mire, aquí ya nos va a
No.
regañar Mr. Rodríguez. Okay, that's not good. Right,
No.
Sensei? Ni es Sensei, ¿verdad? La palabra para taekwondo.
No.
Culpa de Mr. Ramírez, no mía. Del niño. Okay, so never. Carla, do the question for Rebecca, please.
Okay. Okay, Rebecca. How often do you brush your teeth?
Okay, brush. Brush.
Brush, perdón, brush. Lo voy a apuntar. Brush.
Okay, brush.
Repítelo.
The pronunciation is brush. La
Brush.
U generalmente, not always, but most of the time, la U se me hace como una A.
Brush.
Brush,
Brush.
study, unbelievable, most of the time, right? La U se hace A, not always, but most of the time. Okay, how often do you brush your teeth? Say the truth, please. Be sincere, Miss Herrera.
How often do you
Rebeca Lorena Herrera.
teeth?
Se nos fue. No nos quiso decir la verdad, Miss Herrera. Ah, no, ahí está, Miss Herrera.
Sorry, repeat question, please.
Okay. How often do you brush your teeth?
Okay.
Brush.
Brush is like this. Brush. Look, Miss Lorena. Brush your teeth. Yeah, brush your teeth. Yeah, like this. When you have a, like this.
I always brush.
Okay. I always brush my teeth.
Okay.
No, le vi una cara
Please.
de duda, Miss Herrera. Okay, do the question for Miss Ochoa. Me salvé, dijo Miss Ochoa. No, okay? It's your turn. Okay, Miss Herrera, do the question for Miss Ochoa.
Okay. How often do you drink coffee?
How often? Okay,
How often do you drink coffee?
Perfect. Good question.
I usually drink coffee.
Usually.
Drink coffee 2 times in days.
A day. Okay.
Yes.
I usually drink coffee 2 times a day. Okay, it's correct. Another way to say it, ¿quién me dice? I often drink coffee 2 times a day. Another way to say that? Mr. Dueñas, help me, please.
It's use correct. Correct. Es que si es correcto la respuesta de la
Yeah, it's
profesora.
correct, but another way to say it. Another way to say it. She said, I usually drink coffee 2 times a day. Another way to say that, I usually drink
Sí.
coffee.
Usually drink coffee.
¿Cómo puedo decir 2 times?
Twice. Today.
Hey,
Twice.
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 Correct.
Twice.
So, yeah.
Twice.
A week.
Drink.
Correct.
Twice a day.
Twice a day, correct.
Twice a day.
Yeah, I usually drink coffee twice a day. Okay, twice a day. It's not that it's incorrect, Miss Ochoa. It's not incorrect. I usually drink coffee 2 times a day. It's correct, but it's just another option, right? It's more common. It's very common, but it's not incorrect. Okay, no es que estuviera mala, solo era la otra opción que tenemos que agregar para hacerlo más natural y menos común. I mean, menos común en el sentido menos básico, right? Less basic, pero más común. Okay? It's very common to say twice. I usually drink coffee twice a day. Nos oímos más cool así, ¿verdad? So it's correct, okay? But it's okay. Okay, excellent, my dear people. So